So what are
So,
we talking about today then, Margaret?
yeah, Sue is my best friend here. Okay. Her and I met Sue not long after I arrived at Substack, November of last year. I don't know if I met you first or Veronica. It don't matter. Both of these two angels was there to help me out. Okay. Everybody like, oh, she's real strong. She's this and she's that. I got this, what you got, call it armor. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
But underneath, I have vulnerabilities just like everybody else. Okay. And so, with all of these things in mind, and since you're such a calm person, and you have a calming effect on me, I like, wow. Okay. I told you before this, you are the Margaret whisperer. Okay. So I'm like, damn. I'm like, where's Sue at? She's not in my pocket. but, well, I'm codependent. So that explains a lot of things, which we're going to talk about today, codependency. I am real codependent. Okay. And by the time I realize it, sometimes it's too late. I'm like, dang. Then I'm looking at Ruger. Okay. Because everywhere I walk, he has to walk alongside of me. And I feel the heat on his body that he just that close. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man. And then I have to, he got this wide body. And I'm like, can you please move? I can't even walk through the hallway. I can't go anywhere. And he's right there. Right there.
Because he loves you. He loves you. And he's worried that you're going to leave him.
See, that is an indicator of codependency. Okay.
It is. But he can't help it. He's a dog. He doesn't know any different. We're humans.
Steve, but can we help it? Okay. Because it's like you, for example. I held on to you because you were my security blanket. Okay. Who was that? Linus or one of those guys on the show?
Yeah.
He carried that blanket with him everywhere because it gave him the confidence he needed to get through the day. Okay.
Yeah.
So what happened if Sue is not there? Okay. Then what I'm going to do? Okay. I'm going to go back and latch on to Ruger.
Replace me with a dog. Thank you.
I'm just saying, he's the closest thing to me. And if I'm in emotional distress at that time, okay, I got to hold on to something. Okay. So that's why.
You think you do.
No, I do. That's why most time I hold on to my faith and my values.
Yeah.
Because that is what's going to get me to the next step. Okay. More so than Ruger, because Ruger is going to be in the way. Okay. So, with all that being said, go ahead, please.
I was only going to say the thing with Ruger, he will love you whatever. It's total unconditional love. You would have to really, really do something horrible to him for him not to love you. And if you did, you'd break his heart because he loves you. And that, I mean, yeah, it's codependency because he is a dog. He's an animal. He needs you because you're going to feed him. He doesn't know how to feed himself. So that's why he's dependent on you. But where it's a human, it's part of what they call do you know the drama triangle?
Talk to us about it.
Drama triangle, you have a rescuer, you have a victim, and you have a persecutor. And basically they move around. So the job of the rescuer is to help the other person and to fix them. So they will attach to somebody that needs help. And then you have the victim, who is the person who is like, this is me, these are all my problems, come and sort me out. So that's your codependency. The persecutor isn't a separate person. It can be one or the other. It moves around. The way they feed off each other and like mistreat each other. So, for example, in my previous marriage, I was a victim because I'd had a previous 2 bad relationships. So this was the 3rd one. So I was seeing myself as a victim. This is happening to me. I'm with somebody who hurts me, physical abuse. So I meet somebody who is now my rescuer because he says, right, I'm going to take you out of that. I'm going to take care of you. Everything's going to be okay. I'm codependent on him, but he needs me because we both have low self-esteem. Now, I didn't know this at the time. It's all become clear afterwards. So we've both got low self-esteem. He needs somebody to take care of. I need somebody to take care of me. But anytime I try to rise up, he has to push me down again. So he becomes a persecutor. So he was cruel to me, mentally abusive, because he had to keep me down. He had to keep me in the victim mode. I couldn't ever come out of that. That's how the drama triangle works. Now, another example of that, which is a bit different, is I won't say who they are, but two people I know who were together. They were together and really loved each other, but one was a definite victim. She was very insecure. She had bad childhood. Um, the other one was she was a professional woman. She was in control. She looked after her partner. Um, and then they had a child. And so the victim felt that the other person, so person B, the rescuer, um, was paying too much attention to the child. And so therefore the victim became the persecutor to push the other person B, if that makes sense, away so that she wouldn't be so close to the child. And this is how it can move around. It's very, very a complex situation, that it's all mental and it's all due to having low self-esteem. Does any of that resonate with what you went through?
Yeah, I had low self-esteem my whole life. When your father's a narcissist and a womanizer and a preacher tell you that you're crazy and that you're never going to amount to anything on a regular basis, what are you supposed to think? Okay,
So
that
he was the persecutor, you were a victim. But can you see how he might have also had a low self-esteem, which is why he was a womanizer, because he was trying to prove that he was attractive to himself?
My father was an attractive man, okay? He had the A personality. Women flocked to him. He was very charismatic. He knew what to say and how to say it to get what he wanted, okay? He was a master manipulator, okay? He would tell you, he would gaslight you. He would tell you things, make you think you're crazy. And it's like, no, that's not what happened. He would guilt you, okay? Oh, you remember I gave you $20 last month. What did you do with that? Okay, no, I'm not going to give you any more money. So he would sit there and grovel at me begging him for money, okay? Okay, and then he talked to you like crap, okay? And so it's like when he come home, you don't know who's going to show up. You don't know if it's going to be Dr. Jekyll or Mr. Hyde. And he could change at any given time after that. Okay, so what I'm saying is, as a child witnessing all of these things, you learn how to manipulate too. Okay, oh, my dad did this and he got this result. Okay, he did this, and then you see other people doing the same thing, and he's like, oh, that's how you do that. Okay, so then we start doing the same thing, emulating our parents and doing all these different things too. How can you call what they say, calling the kettle black or something? How can you talk about me?
Calling the kettle black.
Yeah, how you gonna talk about me and you manipulating people? You leaving people in tears, okay? And you think it's okay, but then you're gonna persecute me and hold my feet to the fire? It don't work like that, okay? So I learned very early how to manipulate people, okay? That's how you get what you want in life. That's what you do, okay? I learned that. I grew up in the streets, okay?
Yeah.
You learn to gift the gap. You give people what they want, and I get what I want. Very shame there, no Robert, from where I come from. But some people don't play the game that way. And that was one of the reasons why I had a problem with selling. Because think about it. I mean, you have to, well, I'm going to do this for you. This is going to give you, you're going to have hair growth out of the wazoo. You're going to do this, a snake oil salesman. You see them
Yeah, yeah,
every
yeah,
day.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? What's the difference between the snake oil salesman and my father? It was no different. He manipulated people. I'm like, damn, he is really good. Okay. And I'm like, damn. So um, when I decided to leave his house after he shot at me, I said, I'm going to be different. Okay. Everything he did, I'm going to be just the opposite.
Right.
But it don't work that way because all these things have been programmed
And
from
you probably didn't even know what
birth.
the opposite was at that time.
Well,
Like, you didn't know how to be different.
I knew that that's not the person I wanted to be, leaving
Mm,
people in tears and tearing up relationships.
mm,
Okay? That's not the person that I want to be. If I meet you, I want to leave you where you are. I don't want to leave you less than where you are. Leave you as you are, whole, or whatever part. You know, I don't want to destroy you. You know, he purposely destroyed people and got off on it. So
mm,
I wanted to be different, but yet and still, I wasn't. Okay, because when I got to work for the federal government, I had to use all the tools and resources available to me. Okay, so yeah, you befriend people, you get what you want, and then you move on. I mean, not to the point where he was doing, leaving bodies everywhere. Okay. So I always ask myself, how can I be different? I ask myself that every day
okay.
because I need to sleep with myself at night.
Yeah.
Being a highly sensitive person, this stuff will keep me up. And that's why I always keep talking about my values. I keep talking about positivity. I always be talking about God. Okay, that's who I am. And I didn't talk about that at the beginning, okay, because I was trying to, I was wearing these masks. We all wear these masks, okay? And then when you unveil it, you you might not like what you see. Okay. If I don't like what I see, then that means, what do you think about those people out there? Okay. Them people always talk highly of my father because they was afraid of him because he had a
Yeah.
lot of power, okay,
Yeah.
and a lot of influence. But behind his back, they talked about him like a dog. Trust and believe, okay? Because you gonna control and manipulate somebody. They're gonna go along until they get themselves free, and when they get free, they ain't coming back to you. They gonna, okay? I don't want to be that way. So I'm like, okay, I have to be different. I have
Did
to
you
show up
do
differently.
did your father ever see the error of his ways? Did he ever change, or did he just continued down that path?
He continued down that path. People like that don't admit mistakes. They are perfect. That he sit up on the throne. He's a tyrant.
Mm,
That would be sign of weakness to admit
yeah.
you made a mistake. I'm always saying I made a mistake. I own it. I claim it. I'm accountable. That's people that want to change, that does change.
Mm,
Okay? How you going to lead people and you can't even lead yourself? Okay? And he used to always tell me, don't do as I do as I say. And I wanted to say, why you
My
say
mum used to
that?
say that. Yeah.
Why you say that? Because you're unethical? Because you don't have any morals? Because you don't have any respect for anybody? I didn't go there. I would have probably ended up on the floor or maybe dead because he already had shot at me once.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, yeah. And the spirit told me I seen him going across. So what happened was he whipped me, okay? He would whip me with whatever he got in his hands, whether it was a extension cord, a chair, break a chair over my
Uh,
back. He didn't care. He said, you spare the rod, you spoil the child. He said, you are not going to leave this house, okay? And the police going to take you down. I'm going to do it. That's what he said. And that's what he said when somebody called the police. He said, okay, you can take her. Okay, you can take her. I don't care.
mm.
And the police left. So it's like, damn. I would have been rather been in going to they could put kids in
Yeah,
some
yeah,
kind of institution,
yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
I would have probably preferred that because he was egotistical. It was just all about his ego. He didn't give a damn. Okay. So I'm like, damn. After that, after he shot at me, I said, I live on the streets. I'll take my chances on the streets.
Mm. Mm.
And here
So
I
you
am
left them,
today.
did you? You left.
I didn't have a choice. If he shot at me once and missed, don't you think he's gonna shoot at me again? Because
Yeah.
every time he whipped me, he turned around and start hitting on my stepmother. Okay,
Mm.
and I threw an iron at him to try to veer away. So that's when he went to the shot. He went towards the bedroom to get the shotgun, and I left. I stand there, and you know he's going to get the gun like an
Mm.
idiot. Stand there.
Mm.
No, I left the house. Okay, and I didn't go back. Okay.
No.
He would try to be nice afterward. Oh, Margaret, here, you need some money? No, I don't need nothing from you. I don't want nothing from you. Okay. You cannot buy me, okay? After you done did all this crap to me, you gonna give me some money to try to absolve your whatever you call it, whatever.
Mm.
Okay. I don't know what he was feeling
Well, it's
then.
guilt, wasn't it? It was guilt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And I believe he was also bipolar. So I'm like, damn, you can go off
Yeah.
at any given time. Okay.
Yeah.
I gotta stay quiet. I gotta stay like I'm invisible. Okay, basically.
Mm. Yeah.
So
So Gilliana says, "Goodness, Margaret, but that is when your codependency broke and awareness came."
yeah. Also, the thing is, being abandoned by your mother, that means she don't want you, you know?
Mm.
So that there stuck with me because if I held on to these relationships because of the abandonment. Okay. I'm thinking the person is not going to stay. I was not only abandoned by my mother, I was abandoned by my entire family because of the actions of my father. Okay.
Mm.
Who wants an illegitimate child around? Okay. You done brought this illegitimate child here. What are you doing? You supposed to be a minister? What a despicable person you are. Okay. And so they take all that shit out on me. Okay. I'm like, okay, whatever. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. You gotta find somebody to depend it on, right?
Yeah.
So so all of these things, I didn't trust people. Okay?
No,
If your own family gonna fuck
of
you over,
course. Yeah.
okay, then you can't trust nobody.
No.
Period. And that was always my thinking. If you come to me for something, what is it that you want from me? Okay?
Yeah.
I don't trust you. It take a long time for me to trust you because people come into people's lives all the time with ulterior motives. Okay? All of a sudden, here you come. What's up? Okay? And then then you see the other shoe fall and it don't look very pretty at all.
Mm.
Okay?
Mm.
And once you recognize the first lie you hear out of a person's mouth, okay, that's the beginning of the end. That's what you call it, gaslighting.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh no,
So
oh no.
were you always looking for a lie then? So like you meet somebody and they seem really nice, but are you, because you don't trust them, so are you feeling wary and looking for that lie? And then as soon as it comes, you go, right, that's it, I'm off. Bye.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's like it's partially self-sabotage, okay? And I was like,
And
see?
protection.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like, see, I knew that person was no good. And then the first thing I do after that, I cut them off and then I just move on. Okay. I ain't
Yeah.
got time to be going back and forth explaining all
And the
this.
thing is, when we do that, we're tying up our heart. So you're putting armor over your heart so that nobody can get to you. You're not going to get hurt. But when you do that, you don't let any love in and you don't let any love out. You're just closing yourself off.
I know. But when you let love in, you still get hurt. So you damned if you do, damned if you
But
don't.
not
And so
everybody is going to hurt you, and that's the truth that you had to learn. You may have learned that, or did you think you learned that already? What's your trust like now?
I tell you, trust is not something you give, it's something you earn, first of all. Okay?
Mhm.
I'm not giving you nothing. You got to earn it. You got to show that you're worthy. Period. If you're not, then bye. Okay? I'm
Yeah,
serious. I got zero tolerance.
risk you don't
I
take. Yeah.
done been hurt too many times. Okay? So I'm not taking no chances on that
So
because I'm a highly I'm a highly sensitive person, okay? I am a very good person,
Yeah.
and I give 100%. And if you
Yeah.
can't give me something equal, then I don't need you. I can do bad by myself.
So
Period.
do you think then, and like, and any time if you think, look, you're asking too personal questions here, so shut up, Sue. But if,
No, say what you want.
okay, so what's the high standard you're setting then? So I'm just wondering whether you're setting your bar so high nobody could ever meet it anyway.
I think that's it, because I feel like this, as we get older, our expectations increase, what we expect. I'm not going to mess with somebody that's not of my caliber or more. Okay. I'm not going to do that. I've done that before. I'm not settling anymore. So you're going to have to be equal to me or higher.
Mm.
Okay. And you're going to have to show me something, or we don't have no conversation. Seriously. Because
Mm.
I'm not taking no more chances. Because we know about the mirage. When you go over there, you see that mirage in the desert. Okay. When you get over there, ain't shit over there. It's barren.
It's
And people
fine.
will tell you, "Oh, I'm gonna give you that. I'm gonna give you $1,000." They can tell you all that bullshit to get you over there, and ain't nothing over there.
Mm.
Wasting your time. I
So
don't have no time.
Kalpana says she has the same issue, but she trusts people until proven otherwise. So basically, she gives them the benefit of the doubt, and then she
I,
feels that she's in charge of herself. Um,
okay,
yeah.
I understand that, and
The
sometimes I
thing is,
do
if
take it.
you're setting such a high bar, then you might say, okay, like I'm going to give you my trust. But then as soon as they do one tiny thing wrong, if you're going to then say, right, no, that's it, you've broken it, goodbye.
I think I'm a little bit more tolerant now than I was
Oh,
when I first came to Sunset. Okay, but not much. Okay, not much,
moving
because
forward, that's the main thing, moving
yeah,
forward.
that's why I made amends with everybody. Okay, that's why I did that, because I don't want to take that crap into 2026. Okay,
Mm.
okay, I screwed up. I can admit that. Okay,
That's
people,
brilliant. I mean, that your father would never have done that, would he?
no,
He
he
would
would
never.
not. He
So
would not.
that
So,
you should take that as a huge win, that you have the power to say, I fucked up, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
exactly, exactly. And I said that to you. I can be transparent. I'm gonna tell you. Okay? This is who I am all the time. Okay? I can admit my mistakes.
Mm, mm.
Some of those people didn't respond, but that's okay, because it wasn't about them. It was about me. It was
Yeah.
about me becoming a better person for 2026. What does that say about me, my leadership? What does that say about me to my potential clients?
Mm.
Okay. They can say, yeah, she might be a little misunderstood or whatever, but she real. She tell you the truth. If a person can't tell you the truth, then why do you need them? Okay, then it just shows that they are unscrupulous themselves. Okay, and I don't want people to associate with people like that, because
Mm.
it rubs off on you. Okay, I used to try to have friends and like, oh, that's my friend. Okay, no, come on, let's go. And then when that friend get off on their feet, they forget who you are. Okay? You was there for them the whole time. But it's not about that. Okay? That's why I'm a loner. Okay? Because people say they're your friend and they're in your corner, but when chips is down, where they at? You send them a message and they like, you don't hear from them. You don't hear, only thing you hear is crickets. Okay?
Mhm.
How do you know if a person like you or love you? They show you. They speak to you respectfully. And if a person can't do that, they don't give a damn about you, and get out the relationship, period. Quit giving away your power.
But do you think you might have pushed away people that could have been good friends, but because you set the bar so high, they made one little mistake and you pushed them away?
It's not just one mistake, okay? I'm a very observant person,
Okay.
okay? I might be observing you for over a month or so, and I'm taking notes, okay? So then I can come back and read you later. I can come back and read you later. On this day, you did this. On this day, you did this. And this day, you did this. Now you telling me you in my corner? Prove otherwise. Okay? I work for the government. We bring receipts. Okay? So when I come to you, I know what I'm talking about. It's not just something I made up in my mind. Okay? Because I know that can be fallible. What I can see, what I can write down, and what I can feel, oh, baby, I'm coming for you. Okay? No, but that's where I used to be. Now, I'll just ignore the person, and that's another sign my father used to do. When he get angry, he just ignore you like you don't exist, and then you all upset. Then you
Like,
wondering, okay,
yeah,
you wondering, okay, what is he gonna do next? Is he gonna grab the belt? Is he gonna grab the, is he gonna grab the switch? What is he gonna do? He keep you on that
yeah,
fight, and so you don't know, and so you just so torn up. You just don't know,
yeah,
and that's the worst thing.
yeah,
And
because you don't
and
know
I
when it's coming. Yeah, yeah.
when aware or where, okay.
It makes me think of like one of my three relationships, the abusive one. He said to me when I said that I'm going to leave, I'm going to find a way to leave, and he said, "Do you know if you want to kill somebody, the best way to kill them is to wait until they think you've forgotten them." Do you know how many years I looked over my shoulder to wondering whether he thought I'd forgotten him or not?
You can't. I'm gonna tell you, a person like that, you can never tell nothing like that. My mama used to say, never let the left hand know what the right hand is doing. If you're gonna be planning your exit, you be acting romantically, giving him dinners, make him think just the opposite. So when he come home one day, the house is gonna be empty, and you're
That's
gonna be
exactly what I
long
did. One
gone.
day I just upped and left. I
You got to
sold
do
my
that.
flat quietly. We didn't have a for sale sign. I didn't even tell most of my friends where I was going in case he found out. I just left. So
You have to do that because if you give him you giving him what you're gonna do. He gonna squash that and he can take you out. He don't give a damn and sit the
yeah,
rest of his life in jail. He don't care. They're
yeah,
heartless. They don't have no heart. Okay?
no, no,
Never tell a person you gonna leave. Never tell them that. Oh, baby, let's do this, let's do that. And then when he turn around and look around, you gone. Okay?
mm-hmm.
Identity and everything. You go just the other side of the world because he come and find you. That's how these women get killed. Okay,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They come after you. Yeah,
they
true.
will. They're deranged. Okay,
So, so, where do you think you are now in your journey? So you say you give people a month where you write
no,
everything down that they do wrong.
no, I don't have time to be keeping. I don't have time to keep notes. I keep a mental note. Okay,
Right.
I have too many pieces of paper over here. I don't have time for that. Okay. And that's taken away from my energy and the work I'm being called to do.
Exactly.
Okay. And so since I recognize that, first thing I say is it worth it in the end to go through all of that stuff? Just leave the person or whatever, where they at. Okay. They'll figure it out. If they don't, oh well. I done moved on anyway. We just have to move on. We have to pick our battles. And some battles are just not worth fighting. Really. It just takes too much negative energy. And what do you get out of it? What do you gain in the end? Okay? The other
But
person don't gain and you don't either.
the thing is, I actually think you would have. 'Cause I think people love you on here. You see how many people watch your lives and how many
Okay.
people agree to do lives with you in the first place. I think
A
people
lot.
love you, but I think you don't let people get close. And I think
I don't.
if you
I don't.
did, if you just opened up your heart just one little crack, you would find that you would find what you're looking for, but you when it comes close, you push it away, I think.
Well, because I don't trust it.
No.
Okay? I just don't. How do
But
I
what
know?
if you did? What if you did just put a little bit of trust out there just to see what would happen? Like putting your finger near the fire just to see if you get burned.
Well, I take it day-to-day basis, okay?
Mm.
And I think I'm a really nice person, and I
I think you're
really
a
help.
nice person.
Okay, so I mean, how much should I give in order to uh for a person to know that I'm a good person, or I'm or whatever? Because it's like I, a lot of times I feel like maybe some of the things that I do, there's a motive behind it. Maybe because I wasn't recognized, I was discarded, and some of it is attention, okay? And
Mm.
I feel good
Yeah,
because I'm like,
yeah,
oh, somebody noticed me, somebody appreciates me, somebody values me. You have no idea how that makes me feel, okay? And that's why I love Substack so much, because nobody ever valued me before, okay?
exactly.
And so I sometimes it's embarrassing for me because I'm not used to it, okay? And so I'm like, okay, I got to take a step back. I don't know what to say. You know what I'm saying? So, sometimes, a lot of times people take kindness for weakness. And where I come from, Detroit, you don't, you show a different face than what's on the inside, because
Yeah.
people will take advantage of you. And I've already been victimized, okay? And I don't want to put myself in that situation. People, it's, hi, how are you? I'm okay. How are you? And then people, it's like they look at you as an easy target. Well, I'm not. And if you
That's
come
true.
for if you come for
I
me,
think, yeah,
that's why I can't do that. I can't do that, because if I show myself a certain way, people are like, oh no, I can't mess with her because she hold herself a certain way and she ain't gonna allow that. Exactly. So they
no, you
know
don't
not
allow
to
it.
come for you.
So
That's what
that's
I'm
the thing. You
saying.
don't. You can. Do you think you could be kind and not allow people to take advantage of you? See, this is what I was talking about in my live, whenever it was, Monday was it, or last week? But I was talking about um being nice as opposed to being kind. And when you're nice and you're a people pleaser, you are that, oh yes, I'll do anything for you sort of person. That is a weakness, because that is low self-esteem, because you're doing it to get people to notice you and like you. You're doing it to gain love. But when you are kind from a position of strength, people don't mess with you because you're vibrating at a much higher level. And this is so the first thing you have to do is love yourself. The second thing you have to do is higher your self esteem. So you're vibrating at a higher level. And then those people that would use you, you're leaving them behind. So you're taking the high road while they stay on the low road.
I
That
agree
makes
with you, but again, I haven't been able to cut the trauma from the past. So I'm always, that's why I say I'm always constantly battling with myself.
sense.
Because if somebody really likes me, I can't tell. So, all the things that I've been through, because always people at the beginning, they always bring their A game, and, oh, I like you, and this and that. Everything is always bubbly in the beginning. But then once the newness wears off, then you see the real person behind that. So,
Mm.
okay, everything glitter is not gold. We know that. Okay?
And
It's just,
have you had therapy?
yes, of course, I've had therapy in the past,
Mhm.
but,
Mhm.
I mean, I told you I had been suffering from PTSD. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So I had been waiting all this time for them to call me, okay, to make an appointment.
Mm.
So the last few weeks I was busy, and I'm still waiting for my pension, right? So the phone was ringing. I'm like, this is another bill collector. I didn't answer. It was behavioral health. I'm like, damn,
Oh no.
I was waiting for that appointment. Okay. I like, okay, whatever. Okay. So it's other things that I'm doing in the meantime. Okay. I was doing the 30-day reflections. Okay. That was really helping me a lot, because I do those, at night,
Yeah,
and it
yeah.
keep me positive all day. I might be playing that thing 3 or 4 times during the day when I'm feeling melancholy, because it's dark here in Alaska. Okay.
Mm.
And then the holidays on top of that. So compounding, and that's just retiring. This is my first, retirement, now.
Yeah.
So all these things are weighing on me at the same time. So I'm trying, okay, I'll use music. I'll play the music, um, meditation, all of these different things. Okay. until I can get hold of somebody. Okay. I don't know. I guess I had to start the whole process again. I'm not using that
Can
as,
you not phone them back because you missed the call? Can you not phone them back?
do you know how busy they are and all the things that's going on in the
Yeah.
world, that everybody is suffering and everybody wants to see somebody? Okay. I was on that waiting list for almost 3 months. I forgot I had made the appointment. Okay. And then I missed it. Whatever. So
So,
a lot of times,
were they phoning back to make an appointment or to actually do the appointment?
no, to make an appointment. I called to
Right.
get an appointment, so I had to wait three
Yeah.
months to get that. So they was
Right.
gonna call me back to tell me what was available. And I don't know now because I done moved on to something
And you
else at
can't
the
phone them
time.
and say, I missed your call. What was it? When can I come in?
I probably could, but I'm not feeling like it right now. The holidays, I'm just not. I'm
Yeah.
just being keeping it real. Okay. I've been keeping it together by a thread, between notes and the 30-day, the 60-day challenge. And I come up with other things to keep myself occupied. Okay. That's what we have to do. Okay. Baby steps.
So, are you going to phone them back after the holidays then?
Hey, yeah. Okay.
Probably.
Yeah. Probably. Yes.
Probably. You
Yes.
waited 3 months and you're probably going to ring them back.
Exactly. I've waited 3 months. I'm not dead yet. So I'm like, okay, if I can make it 3 months, I can make it 3 more months. Okay. I'm just saying the system is not always going to be there for you when you need it. Okay. Or anybody else for that matter. You have to figure things out on your own. Okay. I am my backup plan. Like I told somebody else, I am.
Hmm.
Okay.
Are you sure this isn't you self-sabotaging, like protecting yourself by not making the appointment?
No, not at all. Not at all. And people here right now, it's probably the holidays, and they, just like
Yeah,
for
yeah,
my
yeah.
let's just like my pension paperwork. They say, well, you contact us back after the first of the year. I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna argue with them because they are in charge and I have to wait. So I just wait and I'll focus on something else.
Okay.
So in the meantime, I'm working on myself, cleaning out my closets, doing the shadow work, keeping it real with myself every day, every minute, and holding myself accountable to the things that I do. Okay. And before I make a decision, how is this going to impact the community? How is this going to impact, the people around me? How is it, there for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. And we know that.
Mm.
So I know myself. Okay. I know my triggers and I know my patterns. And and so whatever I have to do, okay, if I have to disconnect, okay, and come back to the present moment, when we come back to the present moment, it always reduces our stress. It reduces anxiety. We know that. And then every time I go outside with the dogs, that brisk cold air hits me and it makes me know, hey, I'm alive. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a lot of things that we can do on our own,
Yeah.
And the thing of it is not to use certain things as a crutch because we know we can do that. Okay.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
And that is not the answer. That's just a band-aid. Okay.
Yeah.
And it doesn't serve anything or anybody.
No,
Okay.
which is why I was asking about the appointment. But
But
I
you
think,
but
yeah,
you see
go on.
I didn't need it because I already had been making amends. I have been, uh restoring everything that I had destroyed. When I was on that road of self-destruction, I was
Yeah.
talking about these two roads.
Yeah.
You can use the road of self-destruction, or you can
Yeah.
choose the path of uh, growth and growth and
Yeah.
learning. That's
Yeah.
the one that I chose. And everything that I have done from when I left that toxic job has been moving me towards healing. Okay. I've done all this work on my own without behavioral health. So why do I
Yeah.
need them now? When I needed them the most, they weren't fucking there. I had to do this. I was in the storm alone. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I wasn't in alone because I had you guys with me. Okay.
Yeah.
You guys endured my all the stuff that I was saying, okay? Because it was hurtful. It was so hurtful to have somebody gaslight you and you know that they're telling a lie. And that's the thing I hate the worst. And you say you said what? No, you didn't tell me that. You know what I'm saying? You gonna insult my intelligence? Like I'm stupid? Oh Lord, I had to go outside when I was working like maybe 10
Mm.
times a day to let that cold air hit me, because otherwise they would have said, "Oh, well, you need to come get her up out of here. Something's wrong with her."
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. If you keep poking me and prodding me all day long and harassing me, you keep poking the bear and I come back for you, then what you gonna say? Because I told the chief that. I said she kept poking the bear, so I told her what she needed to hear. You know, my mind just left. And whatever I told her, it is what it is. You don't keep messing with me, because I done told you I'm not somebody to be messed with.
No.
Okay? I'm the nicest person you want to speak. But if you come for me, so I had to
Yeah.
leave that job. Okay? I had no choice. They were pushing me. They kept pushing me to do
I
it. Because
remember
they
that.
wanted to get me to act so they could fire me.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay?
But I
But
think you,
I didn't give them the satisfaction, because I
no, I
can't
know,
do
I
that. Not
remember.
after 39 years, okay? Then I'm gonna end up in some prison, okay?
Mm.
No, no, no. No, I'm
No,
smarter
I
than
was
that.
going to say, I've seen since I met you, and when I met you, you were still working, and I think you've improved no end, like 100% since then.
Thank you. I
You
appreciate
are
that.
definitely on the right road, definitely.
Thank you. Because when you got everybody coming for you at the same time, I don't know who's friend or foe. As far as
Mm.
I'm concerned, you are a foe until you prove otherwise. Okay,
Mhm.
that's why I was so reactive, because it kept coming every day. It was something. Okay,
Yeah, yeah,
so I had to. And then after the aftermath, now I'm so much happier, so much at peace, and so
yeah.
I don't need behavioral health. Really, I save myself $30 in copay. Okay.
Yeah, scary.
I give that to the chiropractor once a month. That's it. Behavioral
Okay.
health ain't getting none of my money. Period. I don't need though.
Yeah, yeah, I get it. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, because in the UK, we do have to wait a long time in the UK, but we don't have to pay for it. But if you want it done quicker, then you got to pay for it. Um,
You're gonna pay. You're gonna pay one way or the other. If you're
yeah,
using it or not, you're paying.
yeah, yeah, yeah. We pay in our taxes. Yeah, yeah,
Exactly.
definitely.
So they can keep it and give it to someone else.
Yeah,
When I needed
yeah,
it, you weren't there. So
yeah, yeah. I think the attitude really to have is like, if you're still alive at the end of the day, then tomorrow you can try again. And I think if you keep thinking that, okay, I'm still here, I'm going to start again. And
so
yeah,
look,
maybe I'll still get it wrong tomorrow, but then I'll start again.
exactly. All the stuff that I've been through up to this point, nothing can be worse than that.
No,
Okay,
no,
and I made it through. Okay.
yeah,
Because there was a calling that the spirit had for me. Okay. And I
mm,
didn't know it at the time until I came to Substack, really. And then I started, because I ran from everything, my the Baptist church, my teaching and everything. I don't talk about the Bible, okay?
mm,
Because it was, like I said, there's hypocrites that was talking about all this stuff, okay?
mm,
You're gonna talk the scripture, but then you're gonna ridicule people like me, okay? To make yourself feel better so you can feel superior over everybody else. That is insecurity at its finest.
definitely.
Why people are so insecure, I can't worry about that, because I my own insecurities. Okay? And I own it. I own it. So I can become a better person. Okay, what can I do to change this? Okay, I know it's connected to my childhood. Okay, I know I am enough. I have proven it time and time again. So, what is there stopping us from being
Mm,
our best selves? Nothing.
exactly.
Nothing is stopping us but ourselves of fear.
Yeah,
Okay?
because that your childhood, you cannot do anything about that now. You can
No.
not go back and change it. So you have to accept that it happened, but it's in the past. And now I'm here. This is my starting point, and I'll move on from here. And which way you go, whether you go down that self sabotage route or whether you go down the route of growth and love, you can move that way. That's the way to go. Follow the light.
Right. So since I realized the type of leader I tried to be,
Mm.
that means that I have to lead by example.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so I can't say one thing and do another because people are smart. They figure it out themselves. See what she did? So
Yeah.
that's why I have to come clean, okay? And I have to come right, okay? This is who I am, okay? I'm growing, I'm learning. We
Mm.
can grow and learn together.
That's it. And that you can be a great example because you are coming from a place of I've been broken and now I'm fixing myself. So I'm still wired a lot of the time. But that'll make you a great leader. That'll make that somebody that people will follow because they can see that you've been there, you've walked through the fire.
Absolutely. And then people see that, they can recognize that, and then they can embrace that. Like, yeah, she's the person that I want to follow because we see a lot of these leaders out there like Jim Jones and all of that, and they have all these. They do the same thing. They're charismatic. They get people to follow them. They all of these things, but they're not necessarily the person that you want to follow. Okay, that's not it. Just lead you down the straight somewhere for you to take a pill and go somewhere. So we have to recognize the signs of a good leader and one that's not. Okay,
Yeah.
one that's self-seeking versus one that's really helping people to grow and to reach their desired outcomes. And I always want to make sure that I'm doing it for the right reasons. Okay, um, and uh and that people get the growth that they want. And people ask me, why you want to? I was telling somebody I want to do a free masterclass. Okay, I never did one before, so I want it to be free. Okay,
Yeah.
so I can get comments. Okay, so I can create a paid course that's going to give everybody what they want. Might not be everything, but it'll be whatever feedback I get from the master class, I can incorporate into the paid course. Okay,
You
I
can do
want to
it for
give people
testimonials. You can get testimonials. Like pay me with
exactly
a testimonial. That would be really good.
right,
Good. Yeah.
right. So it's about giving people value.
Yeah.
Okay, but I'm not going to pull my credit card out and if I'm not getting value for my money. Okay. And so other people gonna be the same way. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna figure all that out. I did all these lives this week. Okay. And then sit down and figure out what that looks like. Okay. And we just have to keep trying things, keep trying new things as we learn new things. Okay.
Yeah.
And so I feel that my growth, okay, has been exponential this year.
Definitely.
Even yeah, considering what I've been through. And so I'm on the other side of that. And I am so grateful. I'm so grateful for you too, Sue.
Oh,
And
bless you.
yeah. And so it's important for us not to be enablers. That you call people out on this shit. When they wrong, tell them. Okay. And
Mm.
that's what we're gonna talk about passive aggressiveness. Okay, because I can be passive aggressive myself. Okay. It's because I can be blunt. And sometimes I just don't want to tell people really the truth. I'll tell them what they want to hear.
Yeah.
Okay. And that I think is people pleasing. Okay.
Yeah.
Partially.
But you can, I mean, people value honesty. Okay. So having an honest conversation, but not when you come at them and say you did this to me, because people will just go defensive and they'll just say no, I didn't, I'm back off. But when we say things like when you do this, I feel this, that's that's a carefrontation rather than a confrontation. So when you stop speaking to me, I don't know what I did wrong, and that makes me feel unhappy because I have no idea why you're not talking to me. So by saying to somebody, well, actually, when you did this, you made me feel this. And that made me think, I don't want to talk to you. And then you can sit down and have a conversation like, okay, tell me what I did. And I'll explain to you why I did that. And then we'll take it from there. And it's much calmer then because everybody is understanding where the other person's coming from. But when you're asking them to explain themselves, you have to listen. There's no point when they say something going, no, that's not true. No, sorry, that's not true. You have to listen to them, even if you don't agree with them.
And that's the most difficult conversation to have with somebody.
Yeah, yeah. But the
Okay.
most important.
It is, because that's a part of communication. In a relationship, if you don't have communication, you have no relationship.
No.
And so coming from this very difficult bringing, I'm learning that this is necessary, regardless of how painful it is. We have to have these conversations with people so we can have some clarity. We can move
Yeah.
forward with clarity and focus.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you have the conversation and you really don't agree, so you've met at the same level, you've decided that you don't agree, and so you part. But you part without either of you thinking, oh my God, that went terrible. That, oh, she's a terrible person. You just part because you realize that your relationship is now broken. So you're going to go your separate ways. And it happens. It has to happen. Sometimes
It
you just have to
does.
let people go.
Yeah. Sometimes people come into your life for a season, for a reason, to
Mm,
teach us a lesson. Okay?
yeah.
Maybe it wasn't meant for that person to be in our lives forever. And I
Yeah.
recognize that too.
So I read something today. I meant to copy it actually. I think it was on Facebook, I think, which I don't look at Facebook very often, but I keep Facebook for family stuff, see what my family's doing. And it said something like, meeting people is like meeting people it was talking about meeting people on a train. And like sometimes you go the whole journey with them, and sometimes like you have really good conversations but they get off at the next stop. And that's how life is. Like these people come into your life, but they're not necessarily on your journey. They're on different journeys. So they will get off the train at different stops and you have to let them go. You can't tie them to their seat.
That's where that codependency come in, okay?
Exactly. Exactly.
Like,
What
okay,
do you mean you're getting off the train? I'm having a
no,
conversation with
I'm not.
you.
Yeah,
It's like
exactly.
that.
Yeah, sit down. And see, when we recognize these things, we just accept the relationship for what it is and move on,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
That's hard, but it is what it is, okay? And so, uh, passive aggressiveness occurs when there's a needs exit, okay, but feel unsafe to express,
Yeah.
okay? Anger is present, but feels hidden, okay? You don't tell your true self, you keep it inside. That's why, they call it passive aggressive. Just like, hey, I'm angry at you and this is why. And just
Yeah.
get it off your chest and say, okay. Okay, because
Yeah.
otherwise that shit can continue to linger and linger and linger and it just eats away at you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay? It's like,
Yeah.
no, I can't have that. And then you have the conversation, it's like, oh, okay, I misunderstood or whatever. So you
Yeah.
can get some closure. We all need closure from these relationships. Okay. It's like, okay, all right, there it is. And then passive aggressiveness is also, like I talked about earlier, used when boundaries feel too costly. And then
Yeah.
you do the passive aggressive instead, and you still end up destroying the relationship. Okay? Just be honest and just from the onset. Okay, because like I said, if you lie from the onset, then you're not going to be considered trustworthy anymore.
Mm.
So,
Yeah.
I wouldn't consider you trustworthy because I'm gonna tell you the truth. Okay, I'm gonna tell you the truth and get it over with because my memory is not good enough to be lying. Okay, because you tell one lie, you got to tell another lie to cover up
Exactly.
that
Yeah. You got
lie
to
and
keep
that lie.
lying. Yeah.
Exactly. My father whipped me for telling a lie.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
I'll just tell you the truth and get it over with. Let the chips fall where they may. That's what I always say.
Yeah.
Okay. Then it's
Yeah.
over with. Okay. it's over. Okay. We talked about the gaslighting. Okay. I guess I probably have a tendency to do that as well. Like I said, we all learn how to manipulate as young
Yeah.
child. Okay, because we would manipulate. Say you manipulate your brothers and sisters, then you
Yeah.
manipulate
Or
your
when you've
mom.
got divorced parents and you play one parent off on the other, like, well, daddy will give me this, mummy will give
Yeah,
me this. Yeah. That's
exactly.
manipulation, which we learn as a child. We learn
And we
how to
take
earn that love.
right. But is it love? No, or is it just temporary? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we can mistake love
Yeah.
for lust or passion. So it's like, what is love really? What is it? Okay,
Well,
because people
yeah.
tell you they love you, but they show you something different. So really, what is love? I know from a pet, they love you unconditionally, but I don't
Yeah.
see people even loving you unconditionally because there's always conditions. My father always had a condition for everything. Well, I'll give you the twenty
All,
dollars if you
yeah.
do this. I'll give you
Yeah.
do this, do this.
Yeah.
There's a
But
there's always a
all love should be unconditional. All love. It isn't, you're right, it isn't. It's like we're human, it's natural for it not to be. But it should be. It should
yeah,
be.
because you're right. Because somebody give me something, I'm like, no, they're not giving me nothing. They're gonna want something down the road. What is it that you're gonna want for me for this? Okay. Most times I won't take it because I don't want to be obligated to nobody. I don't want you to come back and say, well, oh, by the way, remember I gave you that? Because my father was good at that. Remember I gave you that $20? And then when he gave me that car, I'm like, oh, I don't really want this car because it's strings always attached to anything he give you. Always.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just wondering why. It's 1 minute past 6 on my phone, right? So we've
All
been
right.
an hour, and now it's flashing. I don't know why it's flashing. It's like saying, you got to go now. You got to finish. I
Okay.
don't know why, but it's flashing from black to white and back again. I've never seen
Okay.
that before. I've never seen that before.
I'm sorry. So,
My phone's getting fed up. It's going on like I'm bored now. I want to go.
okay, okay, okay. I'll let you go.
Not me, my phone. I'm not bored. I'm
Okay, okay, okay. See, I had thought something different. Okay, so
Yeah.
I did want to touch on truth. Okay,
Okay, go on
that's
then.
that's the turning point. Trust is not believing others will behave well. Trust is believing in yourself. Okay, I do believe in myself. I can say that, okay, because from everything that I've been through and everything that I've accomplished.
Yeah,
So, okay,
you can handle anything. If you've handled what you've handled, you can handle anything, can't you? Whatever comes along, you can handle it. You're a warrior. Margaret, you're a warrior.
long as it don't have nothing to do with emotions, I'm good. Okay. Yeah, that I don't do well. I don't do well with that, and I don't do well with grief. Okay, I don't deal with that very well. Okay, and when you know yourself, because I don't go to funerals. Okay, nobody. So I don't do that very well. So we trust ourselves, then I think that's where the trust comes in. The thing is, I don't trust myself, especially when you're talking about a personal relationship. I don't trust myself. That's why I use detachment because emotions will, uh, your decisions are impacted by your decision,
Emotions. Yeah.
exactly. And they don't work well together.
Mm.
In my opinion. Okay, when I'm making a decision, I have to remove all emotion.
Okay. So just go with the facts. Like Mr. Spock off Star Trek, you just think of the facts, cut out any emotion whatsoever.
That's from my military training because
Yeah.
people use emotion to manipulate and control you and to extract from you information and whatever they need. That's why we was overseas. They tell you do not have any relationships with any
I
foreign
get that, but you're
nationals.
not overseas now, are you? You're not in the military anymore. This is back to
No, no.
simple life where we make friends with people and have relationships.
Well, I mean, I do build relationships to
Mm-hmm.
the point where I don't know. Okay, I can't count somebody else. Okay, I can only count on me.
Mm. Yeah.
So I don't know. I have the ability to, to connect with people and to build a
You
relationship,
do.
but
You do.
right, but to a
Perhaps you
point.
only take it so far and then you back off again.
Yeah, so I don't get my feelings hurt, okay? Because
Yeah.
I am a highly sensitive person, and I
Yeah.
will get my feelings hurt, and then I'll have something to say. So I will back off. So to you got to give yourself space and time,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
See, what is this all about? What is the ulterior motive? What's going on? Really, what's going on here? Okay, why you choose me, and why you choose me at this specific time?
Mm.
Okay, I'm all about we, like me and you. We work together. We help each other. That's a different. That's different. But you see what I'm saying? We
Yeah.
don't know we don't know what people's motives are. Do you?
No, you don't. But sometimes you just have to trust people that their motives are good. Not everybody wants to hurt you. Not everybody wants to hurt you. But you won't know that unless you give them a chance.
Exactly. And they have to give me a reason for that. Okay, for me to do that. Okay, because life just don't work that way for me. Okay, there's always a reason somebody coming to you for something. Okay, so I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'll figure it out. But what I do is work with my intuition. But even then, sometimes that can be shoddy. You know what I'm saying? Because we have certain needs, we have certain wants and needs that we need fulfilled. And sometimes, am I making this decision based on a need or want or what? We need to understand that. If it's a
Mm.
business, if it's a business decision, okay, then we need some paperwork. It needs to be black and white. I just, it just worked better that way.
Yeah.
Okay. So that can be an issue for a lot of people, trust, especially if you've been traumatized. When you're talking about trust, oh no, baby, no. You can't put them in the same sentence. Okay.
Mm.
Because, you know, your father, everybody else say, oh, I love you. I got your best interest at heart. And then they cut you when you least expect. Oh no. Okay. I can't. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, I understand. But not, just trust me, nobody, not everybody is like that. Not everyone.
Yeah,
Uh,
especially as you get older, okay? You got all these scams out there, people calling you. You don't know. You know what I'm saying? You don't know. You gotta be that's why my faith is so important, you know. I will pray
yeah.
on it, I will listen to my intuition. I will sit on it for a month or two just to make
Yeah.
sure. I want to get some signs that I'm leading in the right direction and it's not my heart or something else telling me to take a chance. Okay.
Mm.
So that's where I am today. And I'm okay with that. Okay. I'm okay with that. Because I can't afford to start over at 63 years old. Okay. I just cannot afford that.
Okay.
So let's
Okay.
talk about let's talk about vindictiveness. That's the only thing I had left. Okay.
Okay. Vindictiveness. Yeah.
Because I can be very vindictive and I know that. Okay.
Mm.
So before doing that, ask yourself, why am I doing this? Why do I want to destroy somebody? Okay. For whatever reason. Because if you destroy someone, you're destroying yourself.
Yeah. You're tearing a piece of yourself off, really, aren't you? If you're destroying somebody else. And, like, you got to ask yourself, what do I mean by destroy somebody? Like what? Ruin their life or
No,
just shut them up?
you can look at it in many ways. Because, like for example, when a person get angry, if they're upset or mad about something, they don't care at that point. They don't care about
No.
the severity of hurting anyone. Okay, uh, they just want to pay that person back. Okay,
Revenge.
exactly, and it doesn't work. Okay, it does not
It,
work.
no, tears a piece off your soul, I think. Revenge is
Absolutely.
revenge is it it seems nice at the time, but it's it's not it's not a good thing to do. It's not a good thing to do.
Right. And I have to be we have to be conscious of these things. Like for
Yeah.
example, we all have ex or whatever, and they might have treated us badly, and then we want,
Yeah.
then they might end up getting remarried or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
And then we're sitting there being bitter over this person's decisions, and they're living their best life, and we're sitting there broken.
Mm.
Okay. Why give somebody power over you? That's what
Exactly.
it's
Yeah.
doing. That
Yeah.
person has
Because
gone on with their life.
they're happy with their new partner. You're the one that's hurting. So, where's the revenge there? You're hurting yourself.
Exactly. And then we live a life of unhappiness and loneliness when it's not
Yeah.
necessary. Go
Yeah.
get up off the floor. Okay. We need to go out there, see what's out there for us. You'd be surprised. You might go out there and meet the person of your dreams. You never know. Okay.
Yeah.
But don't get off the pity pot and get off the floor and let's
Yeah.
go. We all
Yeah.
can go to a party together. Okay.
Yeah. That's it.
So all of the things that we go through in life teaches us very, very valuable lessons, regardless of how painful they are. Okay,
Yeah.
because all the things that I've been through in life uh, molded me into the person I am today. Okay,
Exactly. Exactly.
and so I'm really, really happy to have this conversation with you today, Sue. And
Yeah, I'm glad. I've enjoyed it. Yes, we've gone quite deep, Margaret. Quite deep.
5 times we went live together. This is the fifth time, okay? And I love it because one time it was Bronx Rice was with us,
Yeah, we should
okay?
do that again. That was good. That was really
Yeah,
good.
we're talking about sadness, okay?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I am very sad because of the holidays and it's dark here,
Mm.
most of the day,
Mm.
half hour. So it is what it is. We just have to find other ways to, you know, to cheer ourselves up and to keep doing positive things in the world. And I do not want to go back to that road of self-destruction,
No,
okay, because that leads to hell, okay, and that's not good
keep
for
moving forward.
nobody.
Yes, keep
Exactly,
moving.
exactly. And I'm grateful for Substack, and I'm grateful for you, Sue. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. It's lovely to see you. I'm glad we're friends again, Margaret. It's really good to
we
be
were,
friends.
we were always friends. It was me. I just like we didn't see things the same way, okay? And I said, okay, she's from the UK, I'm from Detroit. She don't see things the way I see. We don't have to see things the same way. We know peace, we know love, okay? We have so much in common. And
Mm.
and so that is what I look at instead,
Y- Yeah.
I just saw something else, okay? And so here we are today. It wasn't worth something to fall out with you about in my own mind, okay? And here we are today, okay?
Here we are. We're back. We're back. Okay. All right then. So I think we need to end here.
Yes, ma'am.
Only because I'm getting tired.
I know.
It's
You did
late.
2 lives today. I like
Yeah.
look at Sue.
Yeah.
She done did 2 lives today. She done upped her game. Okay.
All right then.
All right. Thank you all so much.
Yeah. Thank you,
Peace
everybody
and
that's here
love.
and everybody that watches the replay.
All right. Thanks. Bye.
Take care then. Bye.
Bye.